Hey everybody, I have this scene file here, okay, of our old friend getting ready to push an object that may be a little on the heavy side. So here we go. I made this position, but one thing I want to focus on is fixing his thumbs because they're going through the box. So we'll go over here. We'll select this guy and let's go to pose mode and let's adjust the thumb. Okay, so let's go to normal and then let's do this. So I'll move this out a little bit, just like this. Move it out a little bit, go back, move it out a little bit, a little more. Because I at least want to get this, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then to fine tune it, we'll just bring this here. Good. All right, let's go to the next one. And we're like, oh, okay, what's this? Oh, what do you know? Auto-Rig Pro now has IK for the fingers. So let's just pull him out and we're done. Okay, so IK for the fingers is now part of Auto-Rig Pro. And like what Peter Griffin would say, this is freaking sweet. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay. Now, let me mention this really quick. If I go to edit preferences, right? Go to user, Auto-Rig Pro. In the default settings for IK, FK switching for arms and legs and headlock, there they are right here in the preferences, okay? I thought I'd mention this really quick. So you have your arms, you have your legs, and headlock. And there's drop down options for IK, FK for both arms and legs, okay? Cool. All right, one more thing I want to show you really quick. If I were to, for example, I have this thigh here, okay? And even though right now it looks okay, but let's say there's some issues there with some, and I'll have to do some twisting. These bones here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are my twist bones, right? Where I can go inside and rotate them around to get a better look and feel and a better fix. Okay. But one cool thing about these bones here, if I were to select this thigh bone here, here's a new feature, thigh twist. This is really cool because it controls all of them. Okay. So if I wanted to get a better position, a better feel, I could start by going, with a overall twist, and then I can go now into the individuals and then do some minor twists, like some fine tunings and stuff like that, which is really awesome because I probably wouldn't have to do much of these, just enough to get like just a tad bit better from the overall. But it's such a time-saving thing because now I have to use all these things just to get something I can get out of just simply getting everything as a whole and then go back a little bit and fine-tune the rest, which is much faster than having to do everything with 5 units here, So yeah, this is a very cool update. I love the fact that we can just do this and get like an overall position and then go into the individuals to fine tune and tweak. I want to show you a really cool update. Lucky me with Auto-Rig Pro. I have my character here. Eddie is his name. He is completely rigged with Auto-Rig Pro. But the cool thing is, I also have this guy completely rigged with Auto-Rig Pro. But the awesome thing here is it just doesn't end here. I also have this guy in Auto-Rig Pro. But it again, it doesn't end here either. I also have these guys. Well, it's really one. Fully rigged and auto rig pro. I am able to have 4 fully rigged characters with auto rig pro, multiple rigs in one scene file. That is so awesome. So if I were to turn these guys on, okay, I could basically start selecting each rig for whatever I want to do with them. But yeah, multiple rigs in one scene file. I have a character here that I'm going to rig. Okay, so Auto Rig Pro Smart get selected objects. So let's click and we have, hey, full body and now facial only. Okay, so if you just want to have a talking head, there you go. You don't have to rig a full body just to get that. You just click facial only and you're good. So we'll click OK. So now we're gonna go to add chin, and then we'll just zoom in a little bit here, and we'll go to facial setup. I'll do this really quick because this is just an example. It's not meant to be a tutorial. So we'll bring this over here, bring this there, bring this up, do this. Okay, bam. So now we already have the eye already set up. So we'll click go. Now we have this. So we can just go to object mode, and then we'll just go to Auto Rig Pro, match to rig, and bam, there we go. I have this example here, okay? As you can see, my markers are all laid out, okay? So I'm ready to take this character and fully rig her in Auto Rig Pro. But before I do that, if I were to go here to this section here of the Smart, I now have the option to increase or decrease my spline count. I also have my spine root orientation to go upward automatically, and I also have the option for straight spline. Again, they will be orientated correctly, which is pretty cool. So if I hit go, okay, and there they are. My count was 4, and they automatically are going straight up. Okay. Hey everybody, I wanted to piggyback again on the skinning improvements. Okay, so now we're gonna go to, let me go to medium point in the meantime. We're gonna select 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna go Control P, automatic weights, boom. Okay, now that's done there. And then now we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go back to object mode. We're gonna go to medium point, okay? So let's do it again. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? And we're gonna stay Auto Rig Pro this time and go to skin, optimize high res. This is a model I didn't, character I didn't model, so it's pretty high res, so I'll just optimize it. I'll select bind, give it a few moments, a moment or two. And here we go, done, excellent. Alrighty, bam, okay. So now let's go back to this one. And the first thing I want to do is select the rig, and let's go to pose mode. I'm gonna select the eye, and then let's get closer to it, zoom out a little bit. And let's move this bad boy around. And hey, we have eye motion, we have eye rotation, up, down, and left and right. Awesome. If I orbit it around and let's continue to play with the eyes, you can see, even though the eyes are working, we have some tweaking to do. Okay, we can see in the head how it's you know, so yeah, but again, this is not a big deal because when we do automatic weights, there's always tweaking involved. So we obviously have to separate vertex weights that works on the eyes that affect, remove them from the head. Okay, not a big deal. We do this all the time. Okay, alrighty. Now, if I were to move over to this one here, and let's zoom in again. I'm gonna select the rig, and let's go to pose mode, and let's select the eyes, and let's zoom in a little bit, go out a bit, and let's see how we look here. G, and we're like, hey, look at that. We have awesome eye rotation, and we have like next to none of the head being affected by the eye controls. Okay, let's get a little closer here, and you can see, yeah, it's like, hey, wow, this is really cool. And also, if you notice, right, look at how, here's a perfect example right here. Look at how I'm able to move the eye very well without having to move my manipulator so far away. So if I go back to here, okay, G, you can see, look, I gotta really move that thing. Again, it's just because I have to do some corrections in the vertex weights, not enough being applied to the eyes to really get that strong rotation. Okay, but again, we're used to working this way. But the cool thing here, it's pretty incredible that we don't have to work so hard. I mean, I just skin this and I can go right animating because this is really cool. All right, so we have, I have this selected. Let me go here and select this one again. Let's go back here, great. And then we'll go to move tool here. All right, good. So if I go here, select you, and let's bring this down a bit. Bring this down. We have this heel being affected by this move controller, okay? So now let's go here. And let's bring this down. And let's bring it all the way down. I mean, look at that. No effect whatsoever. None whatsoever. Okay? Very, very cool. So one of the cool things about these automatic weight system, again, it's awesome to get to a place and then tweak your way to completion. But it's even better when you can get to a place and continue moving forward with very little tweaks to go along the way. I mean, look how smooth this arm is. And if I were to go back to see how the arm are twisting and all that sort of stuff, again, there is tweaks involved. Not a big deal. We're used to working this way. Look at how the bra is now being pulled away from the body. And here, I could just take this down all the way, even lower than this one. And look, bar is staying in place, and the arms are staying nice and smooth. A waist controller should not have anything to do with the heel. These updates are really incredible. I have this character here, Jane, and I love her position. I love her pose. But let's say I wanted to fix the dress. As you can see, it's kind of like intersecting, and the leg is popping through. So I want to focus on just the skirt, but I have all this stuff here. It's not really an issue in the long term of things, but sometimes when you have something with a lot of clutter in the scene, you definitely want to clean things up and get things out of the way. Since I'm happy with her pose, I can simply go into my rig main properties and go into the rig layers here, and then start turning off what I don't need. I mean, basically hide them. So for example, I'm focusing on fixing the dress, but not the pose. So I could just turn off my main rigs because I don't need them. So here they are, on and off. So I'm gonna turn them off. I'm not doing anything with the face, so I'm gonna turn off the facial, okay? And I'm also gonna turn off the fingers because I don't need them. And what's left is what I need. And I can now go here and start fixing the dress. And then fix this, and voila, fixed. And no clutter. Okay. This is one of the cool things about having the rig layers, because now you can simply just click here instead of going into your outliner and finding what you're looking for via selected. So now you know what you want. It's all right there. The less clicks you have to make, the faster you get to completing your project. I have this animation here of our old friend realizing, yeah, this box is way too heavy, so while no one's looking, he's gonna go hide. Okay. One of the things with this update with AutoRig Pro is where you can actually change from working in Euler to Quat-Euler and vice versa. And you would do this by simply selecting the rig, going into pose mode, first finding which bone you want to work with. In this case, I'm going to work with his left hand, okay? And then if I were to go to Tool, Units, I think that's what that says. And then I have to Quaterniums to Euler. I'm working in Euler. I'll just select to Quaternium. I have selected bones only is on by default, which is what I want. If I want the entire rig, then I'll deselect this. I have the option of selecting all keyframes or setting up a frame range, okay? In this case, I want all keyframes. I'll click OK. And then there are now my keyframes for Quaternium, okay? Which is pretty cool. It's rather if I want to do some work to fix up some gimbal lock issues or whatever issues are there, okay? Pretty cool. Hey, everyone. I have an animation here of my little fox friend running. I'm gonna go here. This section here, is a big thank you to Jasper because he did a lot of contributing. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stop this. I'll select the rig, okay, and let's go to Export FBX real quick, okay. We're in rig, okay. We have now the option to export selected objects only and selected bones only. Okay, really, really cool. So it must be a deforming bone, okay? And then take that into whatever program you want to, let's Unity or Unreal, and animate to your heart's content, okay? Sometimes when you export, there's always these issues of scaling. So the new soft linking option to maintain animated bones scale to 1, allowing cheap stretch effect in game engines without actually scaling bones, which lead to issues, okay? It's pretty cool. So if you export into Unreal or Unity and you see some bone scaling issues, you can actually use that option, and that should address that issue, okay? If you go to frame range, right, you have all of it, okay? But you can also have that option to go to markers. Very, very cool. So you can export only frames between markers, name, start, and end. This is especially useful for cycles animations. For example, when animating a walk cycle, there are some frames out of the cycle frame range that you don't want to export. This is possible thanks to this. So here's my favorite part of all this. We're gonna stay right here. This I like a lot. So when I saw say this is really cool, I'm gonna switch this back to all. This animation has different animation in its action manager, okay? The cool thing, you could actually select the action manager, right? And you hit this plus sign, you're gonna have an actions list. I can go here to this drop list, and there are all my actions. I hit run, add the action. I can go to F animation, add the action, and then I can go here and add that action. And then there they are all on my list. And the cool thing is you could actually have different actions for different lists. Okay, you can rename them, and you can see how you select this one. So I will call this list 01, and then we'll go here and call you list 02. And if you see, if I put an action here, it's there. And then if I want to add just one or a few, I can add that action, and bada bing, bada boom. This is so freaking cool. Okay. And this is really awesome. I love this part. I'm a big fan of this right here. Also, non-Automatic Pro armatures cannot be exported.